Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Chelsea and I am your friendly neighborhood CMPC. I have my master's degree in sport and performance psychology. I have my bachelor's in kinesiology and I've been in the military for just about 13 years now. So I want to welcome you back. Thank you. This is video number three. I promise I'll stop counting once I get into higher numbers. This is going to be part 2 of the 50 things that everybody should know about sports psychology. It was just going to be one video and then it got to be quite long. So here we are for part 2. Thanks for watching. 26. So CMPCs also work with parents and coaches who may not be performing like their athletes are or performers are, but they do have to show up and perform by showing support, offering advice, or not offering advice, depending on what your athlete or performer needs or wants. So we do work with parents and coaches, and if you have questions about that, put it in the comments below. So as a CMPC, you can work with individual clients, teams, groups, a mixture. It's really depending on what you like to do, your education, and your experiences. Number 28, gratitude, vulnerability, and growth mindset are some of the most useful yet underrated skills in the world of sports psychology, in my opinion. There is endless information out there in the world of sports psychology, and 99% of practitioners like myself in the field want to share that information. We are a chatty bunch. You can hit any of us up, email, Instagram, whatever, and we will almost always get back to you. So don't be afraid to reach out and ask questions. What's up? We made it to number 30. Let's keep going. The field has had to shift to a virtual platform like most industries have over the past couple of years. So CMPC could be just a click away from you. Some of the top interventions or most commonly used interventions in the world of CMPC are or sports psychology are goal setting, imagery, self-talk, acceptance, and mindfulness. And if you are a CMPC or you've worked with one, I would love to hear which interventions you have used and found most effective. Put that in the comments below. 32 is one of my favorite sayings: practice makes progress, not practice makes perfect, because there is no such thing as perfect. Practice makes progress. And so even those of us in the field who are professionals, we practice, we walk the talk. I think that's the way it's said. We do role-playing exercises and mentorship and all of that to make sure that we are on point with our skills, and so we can give you the best information we can. 33. So sports psychology, CMPCs, we're all about personalization. Each person we teach and work with is going to be different. You're going to react to situations differently. There is no one size fits all. So you can rest assured that if you're working with a CMPC, all of your stuff is going to be personalized to you and your specific situation. Placements or internships are how we get a lot of our hours for CMPC. We work with a team or individuals on a personal level, and we are mentored all the way through the entire process. So I did my mentorship hours, I think I mentioned this earlier. Through my program, we had to do 3 different placements, and I worked with middle school basketball, collegiate soccer team, youth tennis, and then Army ROTC cadets. So I had a mentor through that whole time, and it was a lot of hours, but it was really the best way to learn. 35. Curiosity is the cornerstone of sports psychology. Asking questions is the best way to get to know you, for me to get to know you, and for you to get to know me. We as CMPCs depend on your expertise of yourself to find the right path when working with you. 36, and this one's important. CMPCs are in demand. Even if we haven't broken into the mainstream category yet, just wait until we do. There is a growth rate right now for our field between 11 and 56%, which is huge. And I'm sure that range depends on the expanding fields that we're getting into and all of that. So I think that's why the range is what it is. But if you are interested in becoming a CMPC or working with in the field of sports psychology, highly encourage you to go into it because we are in demand. 37 is a study that I read, and I'll link it below for you. It shows that physical activity, sports practices, and cognitive function all go hand in hand. So essentially it says that the more you move, the stronger your cognitive functions become. And this includes memory, attention, executive functions, mood, decision making, and more. So that article will be linked below and you can check it out. I wanted to share my personal philosophy of practice, and it includes the 4 C's, because my name starts with a C, so I thought I was being clever. So the first one is collaboration. You and me are going to work as a team to uncover whatever the challenges are that you're struggling with, and then we are going to create a personalized program to meet your needs and achieve your goals. The second C is core values. These are the traits that sit behind the why of every decision that you make, and they're vital to your success. So for example, my core values are personal growth, vitality, and curiosity. Those are the things that push me to be who I want to be, and they are what I fall back on when I get into challenging situations. The third C is client views and experience. I need your expertise to know how you're going to react to different situations. Your input is essential for me to create a good program for you and for you to want to follow that program. And the fourth C is a creative approach, because being creative is not only going to make the work personal to you, it's also going to make it enjoyable for the both of us. So there are so many great sports psychology podcasts out there. There have been just like a huge bump of sports psychology podcasts that have come about in the recent years, but I'm going to name my 3 favorite. The first one is called 80% Mental. The second one is Athlete Mindset. And the third one is the Injured Athletes Club. I'll link all of those below for you. We made it to 40. We got 10 more. Stick with me. Biofeedback and neurofeedback are used to monitor an athlete in real time to show how their body and their mind are responding to different things. So biofeedback are things like heart rate variability, oxygen intake, breathing patterns. Neurofeedback is like your brain waves. So I have an 2 articles, one about neurofeedback and one about biofeedback that I'll link below if you're interested in that. So throughout my education and experience, we talked about theories like 80% of the time, talked about theories nonstop. It was a lot. I'm going to name the top 3 theories that I have utilized, as well as those theories are really ones that we talked about most in my education. So there are tons of theories out there. These are not the top 3 ranked in any way in the world. This is just my personal opinion. The first one is self-determination theory, or SDT, by Deci and Ryan. The second one is cognitive behavioral therapy by Beck. And the third one is acceptance and commitment therapy by Hayes. I'll link all of those below if you're interested in learning more about any of those theories. So 42, CMPCs often use psychometric assessments to gather data from clients. So these include self-report surveys, performance profiles, and character-specific assessments. So if you go into a CMPC's office and they're like, here, I need you to fill out this, 30-question thing, it's not just a personality, we want to get to know you thing. It is giving us data, and it is moving us forward in creating your mental skills plan. One of the best ways to connect with a sports psychologist or a CMPC in your area is through the Association for Applied Sports Psychology website, or ASP as it's known. I'll link that below so you can take a look. 44. So CMPCs know that we have done our job when we get fired. And what I mean by this is we don't want our clients to be dependent on us to be successful. We want to work with them for a bit, make sure they understand the interventions, put them into practice, and then when they feel comfortable and confident, we send them kind of on their way to practice on their own, and in that way we get fired. This doesn't mean forever. It doesn't mean they can't come back to us if something comes up, or come and go as they need to. But really, we feel like we've done our job when we can be fired and they feel successful on their own. This is the one profession where you as a client can say, "You're fired," and I'll be like, "Thanks, I'm excited about that." 45. So some untapped fields with lots of potential for CMPCs to get in there and kind of do their thing. These are the top 5 in my opinion. The first one is culinary arts, working with chefs. Have you all ever watched The Bear on Hulu, where they're just screaming at the main character and he gets up to this really high level and then he burns out? That would be a great place for a CMPC to step in and work on some skills. Fashion designers and models, again, they're working under pressurized situations, high deadlines, they're in front of people, so that would be a great place for a CMPC. Medical workers, and I mentioned doctors earlier, but not just doctors, LVNs, EMTs, paramedics, anybody who works in the medical field really could use a CMPC. I know because I've been there in a couple different capacities. The fourth one is industry workers. So, for example, my husband had worked at SpaceX for several years, and boy, could they use an on-staff CMPC with all of the stuff they were trying to do in a very short amount of time. And then number 5, anyone who works with animals. I love animals. I have 2 dogs myself, but they can be super duper frustrating. And if that's all you do every day, I can see burnout, frustration, anxiety if you're not getting the results that you need. Anyone who works with animals can for sure use a CMPC. Talking about the annual conference again here in number 46, there are over 100 workshops, lectures, panels, and symposia that discuss research and topics in the world of sports psychology. So just a plethora of information, a cornucopia, if you will, of information. 47. So this one shocked me when I looked it up. There are less than 700 CMPCs in the nation. Yo, I did not realize that. I passed my exam on the first try. I'm feeling pretty good about myself because less than 700, are you kidding me? That's wild. So if you're interested in getting your CMPC or working in the field of sports psychology, we could for sure use you. Talking about the exam again, the pass rate in 2022 for the CMPC exam was 80%, so pretty good odds. So 49, there are so many good books out there when it comes to CMPC. So if you're a reader like myself, I want to give you my top 3 books. The first one is called Rebound, Train Your Mind to Bounce Back Stronger from Sports Injury. It's over there. I have it on my shelf somewhere. By Cindy Kuzma and Carrie Jackson. Number 2 is Brave Athlete, Calm the F Down and Raise to the Occasion by Simon Marshall and Lesley Paterson. Both of those books give not only education and experience about sports psychology, they also give you interventions that you can utilize for yourself and your clients. And then number 3 is Dare to Lead by Brene Brown. This is not a sports psychology book exactly, but it's where I got a lot of my philosophy of practice. And honestly, I've gone back to it quite a lot over the years. So I wanted to share those top 3. Number 50, we did it. Thank you for sticking it out with me. Number 50, this is all about me because it's my channel. If I could go back and do it all over again, I for sure would. There have been challenges that I've faced when starting my business and really getting my foot in the door, and it's been a struggle, I'm not gonna lie, but I would do it again. This is a field that I love. It's ever growing. It can be anything you want. So there you have it, the top 50 things that everyone needs to know about sports psychology. Thank you for sticking it out with me over these 2 videos, and that's a wrap on the 3rd. I appreciate you all, and I'll see you in the next one.